Right now at 6, as election season nears, campaign signs from all parties are being vandalized or stolen.
And it's pretty cool out there. It's just downright chilly out there this morning. However, it's going to be warmer today than where we were yesterday. Big swing in temperatures. We'll talk about that in the forecast to get you out the door coming up.
Plus, the Peoria Tribe begins construction on a 35,000 square foot greenhouse facility. We'll take you to the groundbreaking.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Well, good morning and welcome to the KOAM Morning News. It's 6 a.m. I'm Elise Noe.
I'm Chris Warner. It is Tuesday. No, it's not. It's Wednesday, October the
like
2nd.
Tuesday, October started on a Tuesday.
On a Tuesday, yeah. It kind of throws you off. It should be, yeah.
I'm right there with you.
I
am. I really am.
Well, we kind of know what day it is. Hopefully you do as well. Hopefully you enjoyed the weather yesterday. Right. I mean, I know it was a bit breezy, but boy, it was fantastic.
Yeah, it really was. Really was.
And I mean, the warm weather, it's not going to be that bad. It's just, it's not going to feel like October out there is the problem.
It's kind of like over it after a while. When you get into the month of October, it's like enough with the 90-degree weather, you would think.
You would think so, but unfortunately, Mother Nature has alternative plans for us. However, late October-ish out there right now. Let's take a look outside first with our camera in downtown Pittsburgh. We've got clear skies and chilly conditions out there. Same from our camera at 7th and Range Line in Joplin. We'll head to the MoDOT camera at 20th and Range Line, looking back to the south. And it's looking pretty good as well, and so is the KDOT camera, 69 East 520th Avenue. At least from these perspectives, nothing to worry about out there this morning on the roadways. The future track has nothing for you to worry about either. Yeah, we've got clear skies, no clouds, unfortunately, no rain. Now, we need rain. We know how badly we need rain, and just nothing showing up for a while out there. We'll be warmer, but not nearly as breezy as we were yesterday. It is cool, 48 in Joplin. 42 in Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh, you're almost 10 degrees below normal right now. And many of us are in that same boat. We've got 40s across the board. We should be in the low 50s. We've had some 50-degree readings return, Neosho, Monette, and Bentonville, but otherwise, just a downright cold start to the day. So that means kids getting on the bus, they might need a light jacket out there. About 45, sunny, calm winds. And when that bus brings them home, that jacket should fit in their backpack because they won't need it. 80. Sunny, southeast breeze about 5 to 10. So we'll have that light southeast breeze, sunny skies, and temperatures upper 70s and low 80s as we head through our Wednesday. It's going to be even warmer tomorrow, and the gusty winds return as well. A look at that in the full forecast here in just a few more minutes. Elise?
All right, thanks, Chris. We'll check in with you in just a bit. Well, authorities identify skeletal remains found in Wilson County, Kansas, and arrest a Neodesha man for the murder in the case. Now, authorities arrested Joseph Ferraro on a warrant for first-degree murder. The arrest came yesterday afternoon in Broken Arrow, Oklahoma. Now, last Tuesday morning, Neodesha police found his skeletal remains in a pasture on Ottawa Road in Wilson County. Now, they called in the sheriff's office and KBI to help investigate. Also Tuesday, the KBI identified the victim as Levi Ellis, also of Neodesha. Now, the cause of death was not released, and Ferraro is currently in the Tulsa County Jail awaiting extradition. And to be the first to see breaking news, weather, and sports, you can download the KOAM News app. It's available free of charge in the Apple App Store and the Google Play Store. Just search for the KOAM News app. Campaign signs are a common part of election season, found in yards and roadsides. Now, we told you Monday there have been reports of these signs being vandalized or even stolen in southwest Missouri. As KOAM Samantha Walker shows us, it's a problem in southeast Kansas as well.
Every election I've ever paid attention to, there have always been thefts of signs or vandalizing of signs or different, destruction one way or another. And it's something that we never want to see, and it's certainly not the right way to get your opinion across.
Campaign signs from all parties are now being targeted. Behind me is just one example. It's a Harris wall sign that was slashed down the middle and has now been taped back up. Many local Democratic parties are now using the slogan, "You can take our signs, but not our votes," as a response to the vandalism and thefts.
I don't know if they think they're silencing something. We have plenty of signs. We've been replacing all of them that have been taken down, so they're not stopping the conversation.
Signs have been targeted all across the 4 states. The Crawford County Democratic Party says they know of roughly 30 signs that have been stolen, and their large campaign signs have been targets of vandalism multiple times. Those with the Crawford County Republican Party say they've stopped keeping track because the thefts and vandalisms are so common during election season. According to the Pittsburgh Police Department, targeted attacks on campaign signs is not usually a legal expression of speech.
Depending on the dollar amount of the item that's damaged or stolen, it could potentially be like a lower level misdemeanor, or it could be a very high misdemeanor depending on what's going on, or felony. But in cases of signs, they're typically low dollar items, but it's still a Class A misdemeanor in Kansas to steal something that doesn't belong to you, and it's a Class B misdemeanor to damage something that doesn't belong to you.
Political groups say they believe there are more constructive ways to support your candidate or express your discontent with others.
I mean, there are candidate forums, people can get involved, but stealing signs doesn't really accomplish much.
The right way to do that is to make contact with your political party and help them out. We want to do things like voter registration drives and phone drives and even prepping envelopes for mailers. Any number of things, but the last thing that's going to be productive is to vandalize somebody's sign or steal it. That's literally not going to accomplish anything except make you look bad.
Reporting in Pittsburgh, Samantha Walker, KOAM News.
Political organizations and the Pittsburgh Police Department recommend keeping campaign signs in view of security or doorbell cameras if possible. This will make it easier to see and identify people vandalizing and stealing signs. Well, a Carthage woman involved in a movement called Don't Mess With Our Kids speaks out about gender reassignment for children. This is in response to Missouri Amendment 3, which would provide for the right to reproductive health care without governmental interference. Now, the movement believes children are being indoctrinated in the school system. However, some teachers who have worked in classrooms say that isn't the case.
Many people have opinions, but what we're concerned about is what is God's opinion, because He's the only one that actually has a bigger answer than the rest of us.
But as far as Amendment 3, I am in total support of restoring reproductive rights to life.
Now, the movement is planning a march and pray event next week in Washington, D.C. Missourians will vote on Amendment 3 on November 5th. The Peoria tribe in Miami, Oklahoma held a groundbreaking for their new 35,000 square foot greenhouse. The facility has been a work in progress for a long time. It'll be a step towards food sovereignty for the Peoria tribe. The greenhouse will provide produce such as tomatoes, cucumbers, peppers, and more. And organizers plan to provide healthy food options for child care facilities and elder care programs. They hope this new greenhouse will help tackle the issue of food insecurity.
Whether it's, a daycare system, an elder care program, or, a single mom or a family, we want to make sure as many people as possible, and an elderly person that's home alone, we want to make sure that they have access to good, healthy food.
They hope the new greenhouse will also provide job opportunities for the Peoria tribe. And that's a look at this morning's top stories and weather in our first 7 minutes, coming up on the KOAM Morning News. The Education Department began testing its new FAFSA form to help provide financial aid to students in college. Plus, the vice presidential candidates went head-to-head in a roughly 90-minute debate last night. And Chris Warner returns with another look at your Wednesday forecast. You're watching the KOAM Morning News. We'll be right back, but first, here's a live look from Old Yale Farms in Frontenac, Kansas. Well, topping Nation Watch this morning, millions of students across the country can't afford college without financial aid. And on Tuesday, the Department of Education began testing a new version of a critical financial aid form known as FAFSA. Now, Congress mandated the department streamline the application process to deliver more money to college students. But when the department tried to revamp its form last year, it caused more problems. Now, some students didn't get the aid they needed on time for this current academic year. So the Department of Education is trying again. Now, it will conduct testing on the 2025 to 2026 form to make sure it works properly before the department makes it public in December. Well, for the first and likely last time, the vice presidential candidates went head-to-head in a roughly 90-minute debate last night. GOP Ohio Senator J.D. Vance and Democratic Minnesota Governor Tim Walz took on a number of big campaign issues with Election Day now just 34 days away. Jared Hill has more on some of the night's biggest moments and new reaction from New York.
A handshake set the tone for a mostly civil debate. Vice presidential candidates J.D. Vance and Tim Walz, in their first meeting, sparred over top issues like Iran and abortion.
We trust women, we trust doctors. Let the individual states make their abortion policy.
And gun violence.
We unfortunately have a mental health crisis in this country.
Sometimes it just is the guns. It's just the guns.
At times, the discussion more tense, like this exchange over the 2020 election.
Did he lose the 2020 election?
Tim, I'm focused on the future. Did Kamala Harris censor Americans from speaking their mind in the wake of the 2020 COVID situation?
That is a damning non-answer.
While talking immigration, Walz challenged Vance over his past comments about Haitian migrants living in Ohio.
That vilified a large number of people who were here legally.
He's very worried about the things that I've said in Springfield. The people that I'm most worried about in Springfield, Ohio, are the American citizens who have had their lives destroyed by Kamala Harris's open border.
In a new CBS News poll, debate watchers said the tone last night was generally positive. 42% said Vance won versus 41% for Walz. The rest said it was a tie. Though more said they think Walz is more prepared to be president. Walz also ranked higher on abortion and health care, while Vance got the edge on the economy and immigration.
I've been impressed by the civility and the addressing of the issues.
After the debate, Vance sat for a cable news interview, while Walz and his wife Gwen grabbed pizza. Jared Hill, CBS News, New York.
Both the vice presidential nominees are back on the campaign trail today in crucial swing states. Senator J.D. Vance will be in Michigan while Governor Tim Walz travels to Pennsylvania. And that's a look at some of today's top national stories. Here's Chris with a look at your forecast.
Yeah, Skywatch Storm Tracker is clear this morning. Nothing out there, just some clouds off across parts of northeastern Missouri. That's about it. We're having another look at your forecast, talk about the heat that's on the way when we come back.
One doctor in Bismarck, North Dakota is looking forward to the beginning of a whole new phase of life, retirement. He'll be hanging up his stethoscope for good next week. But as Jody Kurzman explains, his patients won't need to worry about learning a new doctor's name at their next appointment.
Dr. Jerry Obrich has delivered a lot of babies in his career.
Everyone is a miracle.
More than 7,000 babies, actually.
She's been awake.
Including 3 of Lisa Bauman's 4 daughters.
Missed the first one, was on call for the second, and then has been mine ever since.
And you're doing well.
Elise was the daughter he didn't deliver.
Yeah.
But Dr. Obrich delivered her husband, Chris, and their daughter, Greta. Claire Bauman is one of Lisa's daughters Dr. Obrich did deliver.
And out.
Now he's her doctor, too.
I feel like that helps build a bigger connection. I, in some odd way, feel like Dr. Obrich is also my grandpa.
After 7,000 plus babies, Dr. Obrich is calling it a career. He will retire October 1st.
It's really time for me to focus on the next chapter in my life.
But as he turns the page on his story, his legacy in the medical world will live on.
I mean, what I was saying earlier.
His son, Dr. Andrew Obrich, is ready to pick up where his dad left off.
A couple weeks.
Dr. Andrew specializes in family medicine at Essentia Health.
It will be rewarding to care for some of the same patients that that he did, and then especially taking care of those that he delivered.
He admits his last name has been a pretty great icebreaker with his patients. They all want to know if he's related to Dr. Jerry Obrich.
I think I've been asked that question twice today so far.
He's proud to tell them Dr. Jerry is his dad. And while Dr. Andrew knows his dad leaves big shoes to fill, he hopes the shoe fits. He and his patients are counting on it.
Dr. Jerry says he plans to spend his retirement spoiling his 8 grandchildren. Let's check in with Chris for a quick look at the forecast.
Yeah, temperatures are chilly this morning, into the 40s, upwards of 10 degrees below normal, but then we'll be warming up above normal later today. Another look at that forecast when the KOAM Morning News returns. Welcome back to the KOAM Morning News, 6:22 on this Wednesday morning. I didn't have an opportunity to throw it into here, but taking a look at the fog tracker, we've got some patchy fog that's developed around the Fort Scott area, so showing visibilities just under 5 miles out there. So if you are traveling, just do keep that in mind. So far on the fog tracker, it's really the only area, and it just showed up in the latest refresh. So just something to keep in mind if you're driving this morning. Otherwise, we have clear skies, chilly conditions this morning. We will have sunny skies into the afternoon as well. We're going to start to warm up, though, with our winds coming in out of the southeast, and that's going to push our highs back above normal. And, of course, as our daytime temperatures warm up, so do the evening temperatures. We're going to be a bit above normal tonight as well. That trend continues into our Thursday. In fact, tomorrow, a couple of things. One, we're looking to be about 10, maybe even 15 degrees above normal across the area, and the gusty winds return, but this time out of the southwest out there. However, we still remain not even mostly clear, just straight up clear. Sunny skies, and unfortunately, we remain dry. And that will continue even into our Friday across the area. After another mild evening, we'll have ourselves another above average day as we head into the afternoon hours on our Friday, similar to our Thursday out there. But you see the wind arrows beginning to shift. There's a little boundary that's going to come through, and that'll help us out just a little bit as we head into the weekend. So today, winds not too bad, southeast at about 5 to 10 miles an hour, but early tomorrow morning, those southwest winds will start gusting out there, pushing 25, 30, maybe even 35 miles an hour. And similar to yesterday, those wind gusts could continue into the evening hours, and then they'll begin to wrap up out there and calm back down a bit as we head into the overnight on our Thursday. Right now in Joplin, it is 48 degrees. The winds are calm, skies are clear, and again, keep in mind our average lows, low 50s. So some of us just a few degrees off average, like Bentonville, for example, at 50. Others, like Fort Scott and Pittsburgh, upwards of about 10 to 12 degrees below normal. All of us chilly this morning, into the 40s, and compared to this time yesterday, we're upwards of 20 degrees colder now than where we were 24 hours ago, and by tomorrow, we'll be 20 degrees warmer than where we are right now. So it's a big swing in temperatures. Probably going to make a few people sick out there. Get to start messing with you a little. All right, chilly start, but thanks to the southerly breezes and the sunshine, we warm up quickly, near 70 by 11 o'clock this morning. Heading into the afternoon, again, sunny skies, southeast breeze 5 to 10, highs upper 70s and into the low 80s, and we'll stay mild and clear overnight tonight. Clear skies back into the upper 50s and low 60s with a south breeze around 5 to 10 miles an hour. And again, by Thursday, winds pick up, southwest gusting upwards of 30, and we'll go upper 80s, low 90s. Same situation Friday into Saturday, and then we cool back a little bit. Now, our daytime highs heading into next week, still a bit above normal. We should be in the mid-70s. We're looking at upper 70s near 80, but our overnight lows by next week start to fall a little below normal again, back into the upper 40s, right around 50 degrees. Unfortunately, though, still in the next 10 days, no rain on the horizon. That's a check of your forecast. Now here's Elise with Health Watch.
All right, thanks, Chris. Well, as many as 7% of hospital patients are receiving a harmful diagnostic error. According to a study published in BMJ Quality and Safety, 85% are likely preventable with improved surveillance methods. Now, errors were most likely to occur when a patient was just transferred to intensive care or within 90 days of a hospital admission. Well, the number of Americans dying due to a fall is increasing and is creating a greater economic burden as people live longer. A study published in the journal Trauma, Surgery, and Acute Care Open found fatal falls cost the U.S. more than $1.4 billion in medical costs every year. And for context, firearm deaths account for $246 million. Researchers note there's also a growing number of lost years of life and productivity due to falls. And giving college students 1 minute to check their phone led to higher test scores. Researchers with Southern Illinois University offered brief phone or technology breaks 15 minutes into class, and students averaged higher test scores and even used their phone less than those who were only given breaks to ask questions. And that's a look at some of today's top health stories. We'll be right back. Right now at 6:30, community members in McCune, Kansas host a fire safety event for kids.
And we've got a chilly start out there this morning, and then it's going to be even warmer later today than we were yesterday. Look at that forecast get you out the doors coming up.
Plus, young visitors to the Joplin Public Library can take a walk through an adventure story.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Well, good morning and welcome to the KOAM Morning News. It's 6:30. I'm Elise Noe.
And I'm Chris Warner. It's my goodness, I did it again. It's Wednesday, October the 2nd.
Can't trust you this morning.
I can't trust myself most of the time,
but I get it. I get it. Yesterday was October 1st. It's kind of throwing me off a little bit.
Yeah, because we're still early. Well, we're halfway through the week, but
right.
you know what I mean. October the 1st should have been Monday.
Yeah.
Should have been 29 days in September this year, but there's only 30. There's still 30, and that's just the way it is. But, well, happy October. We're making our way in. Yesterday, a very October-like day for us. Today, a very October-like start, but not an October-like afternoon.
Right.
Yeah, not at all. Let's start with a look outside, shall we, from our camera in downtown Pittsburgh. And we got clear skies out there, and we are otherwise, again, rather cold this morning. Almost a late October start for us. Our camera 7th and Range Line also looking pretty good this morning, as is the MoDOT camera at 20th and Range Line as folks get their day underway. We'll swing over to the KDOT camera at 69 East 520th Avenue. Of course, just south of Pittsburgh. Also looking pretty good as we get this Tuesday, oh my goodness, Wednesday underway. Where are we right now? I don't know. Well, okay, we are about here, and I don't know what that is. All right, let's start heading into the afternoon on the future track. No clouds, unfortunately no rain, and temperatures warming back above normal. We won't be as breezy as we were yesterday, but if you like the wind for some reason, just hang on because tomorrow the winds pick up again. 48 in Joplin, 41 in Pittsburgh, average lows, low 50s. So most of us upwards of 10 degrees below normal this morning as we're hanging out in the low, mid, and upper 40s. The warm spot still is Bentonville sitting at 50, but even that is below normal for this time of year. Kids getting on the bus, a light jacket may be necessary unless they're just very tolerant to cold weather. 45, sunny, winds expected to be calm out there. Where am I going? I need to just take another vacation, I guess. 80 by the time the bus brings them back home. Southeast breeze at 5 to 10. I'm getting way ahead of myself here. Sunny skies as we head into the afternoon. Temperatures again above normal. Upper 70s, low 80s. We should be about the mid 70s. And again, not as breezy. Southeast winds around 5 to 10 miles an hour. The winds pick up tomorrow, and as they do, the temperatures will pick up as well. Hopefully, I can get a little more coffee in and have a more complete look at your forecast here in just a few more minutes. Elise?
All right, thanks, Chris. Well, MoDOT wants to alert drivers in Jasper County of some upcoming road work. Now, from this Sunday at 7 p.m. until Monday morning at 7 a.m., crews will be removing old pavement and laying new surface in the Route 43-96 roundabout. Now, drivers should find alternate routes as that area will be closed during those hours. MoDOT says there will be signs and message boards will alert drivers approaching the work zone. The Joplin Area Transportation Study Organization wants to hear the community's thoughts on transportation in the city. From now until October 30th, the JATSO online survey is open for comments, and residents and stakeholders to share their thoughts and experiences regarding transportation safety. The survey questions will focus on safety perceptions, specific problem areas, and suggestions for improvement. If you're interested, just head over to KOAMnewsnow.com, where we've provided a convenient link to the survey. The Joplin Public Library has a brand new story to tell. Visitors to the library can check out this story walk display by the East Doors. It's thanks to the Hughes Charitable Trust, and young readers this month can experience Cale Atkinson's story, Explorers of the Wild, an adventure intended to get those little ones moving. The library says the professionally printed pages make a world of difference for the display.
Trying to build up our collection so we can rotate through them. Previously we were doing all of that ourselves. It took a lot more time, and so now we're able to have it all professionally printed and laminated, and it looks so nice.
The library says the project was made possible thanks to a generous donation from Logan, Emily Reed, and Mariana Stanley. The Lions are celebrating homecoming week and have invited the community to join them. Yesterday was day 2 of the celebration, complete with food trucks and a petting zoo. It's also just a fun day for the community.
I think it's just a little fun events, like everyone will come out of class and they'll get to come and pet little bunnies or hold them, or even hold a little baby kangaroo, and it's just like a little fun event to get away from the schooling.
Now, the theme for day 2 was two-stepping, and the theme for this year's homecoming parade is Wild West, which takes place this Saturday at 10 a.m. October is Fire Prevention Safety Month, and yesterday afternoon, kids in McCune, Kansas got a lesson on what to do in emergency situations. Battalion Chief Mike Shoemaker talked about what to do when you're sleeping and your fire alarm goes off, and even showed the kids how to crawl through smoke.
The biggest problem we have is, smoke detectors, making sure that they're in every home. A lot of them think that they'll smell the smoke if they're sleeping and be able to get out that way, but it's not the truth.
Now, Shoemaker says it's important for families to have a meetup spot and a plan if there ever is a fire in your home. Each child also received a fire safety book. And that's a look at our top news stories coming up this half hour on the KOAM Morning News. CVS Health is laying off nearly 3,000 workers in an effort to cut costs. And we have a warmer and sunny day today. We'll have what to expect with Chris Warner in the Skywatch Weather Center. You're watching the KOAM Morning News. We'll be right back, but first, here's a live look from Oliel Farms in Frontenac, Kansas. In Consumer Watch this morning, a suburban Seattle man decided to take matters into his own hands when his packages were stolen. He published a video of the thieves to social media, and as Jason Sloss reports, you won't believe who was caught on camera swiping the boxes.
Not your typical theft caught on camera, but a couple of pint-sized porch pirates swiping packages in Redmond, and we blurred their faces because they're so young.
Oh my God, it's just terrible, it's just sad, this shouldn't never happen. I can never imagine it's happened.
The victim, who wished to remain anonymous, says he was coming back to his apartment on Saturday, expecting to see a couple of packages on the doorstep. But there was nothing, so he checked his security video, and this is what he saw. First, a little girl sneaking up the stairs and checking out 2 packages, then scampering off. Moments later, she returns, along with a little boy. They grab the smaller package and go back down. Then the boy returns and swipes the bigger package, the box practically as big as he is.
Maybe they didn't realize how serious, how bad what they did is, but they should.
He says the kids tore through the packages outside another nearby building and scattered the contents, laundry detergent and over-the-counter medicine, all over the ground.
They just totally destroyed. They didn't find anything useful to them, interesting to them. It's useful to me, interesting to me, but not to them.
The victim says he's never seen the kids before, but he's concerned this is something they'll want to try again. And he's got a message for their parents.
That's why I feel like I want to put those videos to the social media. I want their parents to see, not immediately to punish them, but just want their parents to lead them to the right way to grow up, to be successful, to be a good person.
Well, tens of thousands of dock workers are now on strike at dozens of U.S. ports, and experts warn it could lead to shortages on everything from car parts to holiday items. The union representing the port employees said in a statement that it's prepared to fight for as long as necessary over its demands for higher wages and protections against automation. This is the first strike by dock workers in nearly 50 years. Well, CVS Health says it's laying off nearly 3,000 workers in an effort to cut costs. In a statement, the retail pharmacy chain blamed, quote, continued disruption, regulatory pressures, and evolving consumer needs and expectations for the move, which is expected to save the company around $2 billion. And Bath & Body Works is hoping fans of Emily in Paris will say oui to its new line of products. The retailer is teaming up with the hit Netflix show on a holiday collection that features creams, candles, body washes, and other products in fragrances like Champagne in Paris and Macaron Cloud. Now, the limited edition collection will be available starting next month. And that's it for Consumer Watch. Here's Chris with another look at your forecast.
Yeah, we're going to start with a quick look outside from our camera in downtown Pittsburgh. We've got the clear skies, sun starting to rise out there. It is chilly, though. Same from our camera at 7th and Rangeline in Joplin. Traffic is moving, always a good thing there. And from MoDOT camera, 20th and Rangeline, traffic flowing as well. And the skies are clear. Same from the KDOT camera, East 69 and East 520th Avenue, of course, just south of Pittsburgh. Quick look at the future track heading into this afternoon. It is going to be sunny. It is going to be warmer today than we were yesterday, but it will not be nearly as breezy as we were yesterday either. We'll have those southeast winds at about 5 to 10 miles an hour. Again, cold this morning, at least for this time of year. 48 in Joplin, 41 in Pittsburgh, so some of us upwards of 10, 12 degrees below normal to start the day. All of us below normal, though. We're all starting in the 40s out there this morning. So, again, you're going to need a light jacket. Kids will probably need one, but you will not need it this afternoon. And I'll tell you why right now. Kids getting on the bus this morning, 45, light jacket, calm winds, and a sunny sky. However, it will still be sunny, but then 80 degrees by the time the kids come home. So we're looking at almost a 40-degree jump for some folks from where we are now to where we're going for our highs today. And we'll still have, of course, that southeast breeze 5 to 10. The wind is going to pick up tomorrow, and as it does, the temperatures will rise right along with it. We'll have details on that in just a moment, as well as birthdays and anniversaries. But first, let's take a look at what's happening on CBS Mornings.
I'm Gail King. Coming right up on CBS Mornings, good food and good insights. Tony shares 3 meals with voters in Georgia. And Colin Kaepernick joins us to talk about his new children's book. That's coming right up on CBS Mornings.
All right, time for some Wednesday birthdays here in the 4 states. We're going to start in Pittsburgh with Landon Omi celebrating birthday number 11. Happy birthday, Landon.
And over in Galena, happy 17th birthday to Dylan Crane.
And in Liberal, Hadley Meadows celebrating birthday number 17. It says, love you from Mima, Papa Gary, and Grandma Leanne.
And over in Neosho, a happy 18th birthday to Landon Akey, who is the grandson of one of our traffic assistants here, Debbie Haynes. Happy birthday.
And down to Miami, Gina Nava celebrating birthday number 39. Says, happy birthday to my daughter. Mama loves you very much.
And a happy 50th birthday to Sean Crane.
And we've got Lynn Kissinger celebrating birthday number 83 in Carthage, with love coming from all of your family.
And over in Altamont, a happy 86th birthday to Phyllis Costin.
And then Gilbert and Carol Frobish in Joplin are celebrating their 65th wedding anniversary. A very happy anniversary to the Frobish family.
And over in Walnut, a happy 69th anniversary to Don and Helen George. Says here, love you both, your family.
And over in Columbus, we've got Carrie McKenzie celebrating another year wiser. Happy birthday, Carrie.
And a happy birthday to Liam Casey.
And in Pittsburgh, Fred Garzone celebrating another year wiser, with love coming from Judy and Frank.
And continuing our birthday list with Doris Naylor celebrating birthday number 98. Happy birthday.
And we've got Carla Crane in Columbus celebrating a birthday today.
And happy birthday to Debbie Clower in Scammon.
All right. Of course, we love celebrating birthdays and anniversaries with all of you folks. And Elise, if they would like to celebrate with us, what should they do?
Yes, go ahead and submit your birthdays and anniversaries to birthdays@KOAMnewsnow.com. Be sure to include those photos and messages and to, of course, meet the deadline that you see there at the bottom of your screen.
Very essential to meet that deadline indeed. Well, we've got clear skies, which means we've got a great view of the sunrise this morning. So we're going to take a look at that from our camera downtown Pittsburgh. It is looking great, albeit a bit on the cold side this morning. These are more late October temperatures instead of early October temperatures. And as we look from our camera 7th and range line, you can see another great shot of that beautiful sunrise this morning as we get this Wednesday underway. Heading south to the MoDOT camera 20th and range line. We're looking good. Roads are clear. Skies are clear as well. We're head back to Kansas with the KDOT camera at 69 and Kansas Crossing. Folks moving right along, and we're looking pretty good. We'll go a little further north of that from the KDOT camera, 69 and East 520th Avenue, getting more daylight in there. Folks, again, traveling right along, looking pretty good this morning. No major traffic issues, at least from the cameras that we have and the states have around our area. All right, let's take a look at the future track. Not much to show. I promise it works. It's just, unfortunately, there's no rain, and I say that because, of course, you folks at home know we've got severe drought conditions across a good portion of the area, most of the area, honestly. We need some rain, and there's just nothing on the horizon for quite some time, unfortunately. But we do have some decent weather. If you've got outdoor work to do, boy, you won't find better weather than what we've had going on here in order to get some stuff done. So you've got some time to clean the gutters, take care of the roof, get the yard cleaned up, whatever it is you may need to do out there. Some unseasonably warm weather to get it done in. So today, we're not going to be nearly as breezy, but we are going to be warmer than we were yesterday, even though we are considerably colder this morning than we were yesterday. And again, temperatures will be a bit above normal out there. Of course, that'll mean a mild evening. So we're pretty chilly this morning. We will be not so chilly tomorrow morning. Now, on Thursday, the winds will pick up out of the southwest, and they'll start gusting upwards of 30, potentially 35 miles an hour, similar to what we saw yesterday. And as the winds pick up, the temperatures will follow suit. And later in the evening, those winds will begin to die down for us. Another mild night Thursday into our Friday. Friday, still sunny skies and warm temperatures. You can see that wind shift line taking place. Now on Friday, it doesn't have that much of an impact on our temperatures. You can see we're still another 10, 15 degrees above where we should be for this time of year. But as we head into the weekend, it will start to have a slight impact. So here's another look at those winds. Again, today, it'll be about out of the southeast at about 5 to 10 miles an hour. And then early tomorrow morning, say as early as 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, those winds are going to start picking up. Now, initially, they'll be out of the south tonight, and as we go into the morning hours on Thursday, they will switch out of the southwest, and they will be gusting. Again, upwards of 30, 35 miles an hour. And again, similar to yesterday, it'll be later in the day before they'll start to kind of ease back up for us across the region. Let's take a look at temperatures. Again, another great shot of that sunrise in Joplin. 48 is where we're sitting. The winds are calm right now. And as we look at temperatures around the region, should be in the low 50s. All of us below normal. Some of us 10, 12 degrees below normal out there. We're sitting in the 40s across the region. So at least looking at this map, the cool spot is Pittsburgh, sitting at 41 degrees right now, and the warm spot down there in Bentonville sitting at 49. But either way you paint it, again, these are more like late October temperatures, and that's got us, we are upwards of 20, getting close to almost 25 degrees colder now than where we were at this time yesterday morning. And again, 24 hours from now, we'll be 20 degrees warmer than where we are right now. We're going to have another look at your forecast and the news you need to know here in just a moment. And when we switch over to Fox 14 at 7 a.m., we're going to see how one Iowa woman is using her city leadership position to help show the importance of representing all people when it comes to government.
Well, here's a check of today's top headlines, the news you need to know before you head out the door. Authorities have identified skeletal remains found in Wilson County, Kansas, and have arrested a Neodesha man for murder in the case. Authorities arrested Joseph Ferrero on a warrant for first-degree murder. The KBI is identifying the victim as Levi Ellis, also of Neodesha. The cause of death was not released, and Ferrero is currently in the Tulsa County Jail awaiting extradition. The Joplin Area Transportation Study Organization wants to hear the community's thoughts on transportation in the city. The survey is open now till October 30th, and survey questions will focus on safety perceptions, specific problem areas, and suggestions for improvement. A link to the survey can be found on our website at KOAMnewsnow.com. October has arrived, and that means it's time for all things spooky. Now, we've put together a list of these as well as dozens of trunk or treat events perfect for your little monsters. Now, to explore all the details, you can just scan the QR code on your screen or visit KOAMnewsnow.com/events and get ready for a full month of autumn adventures. And that's a check of today's top headlines, the news you need to know before you head out the door.
And as you head out the door, grab a light jacket. It is chilly this morning, but you can discard it later because it will warm up. Upper 70s, low 80s today, sunny skies and a southeast breeze around 5 to 10 miles an hour. As we head into the evening, clear skies continue and a little bit on the mild side, back above normal, upper 50s and low 60s. Heading into Thursday, gusty southwest winds pushing 30, 35, moving our temperatures up into the upper 80s and low 90s, putting us 10 to 15 degrees above normal. That continues through Saturday. And then as we head into the second half of the weekend and next week, still dry, unfortunately. Daytime highs come back a little bit, still above normal, but our lows could start to drop a little below normal next week.
Alrighty. Well, coming up today at noon, we're making chopstick veggie fried rice in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen.
And your morning news continues on KOAM with CBS Mornings. Former NFL quarterback Colin Kaepernick sits down with CBS Mornings to talk about his new children's book and how he hopes to inspire young people.
Or you can switch on over with us on Fox 14, where your only local morning news continues. And this morning, you can hear how a father didn't let a hurricane stop him from walking his daughter down the aisle.
Plus, Humboldt Bibalesta is all set for this weekend celebration. We're going to hear from a few of the organizers on what is in store this year. However, that's going to wrap it up for us for now. We will be back here tomorrow morning at 5 a.m.
And we'll see you today at noon.